Dynasty Bro Avo, and I'm here with Dynasty Bro Dot and Dynasty Bro Fit.
What's good?
We the bros.
We the bros.
Dynasty Bros.
Let's go.
Who we is, we the pros, number one
Shit still
fantasy
slap.
show. We don't talk too fast,
Yeah,
we just finding
that's
out
my
that
shit.
y'all listen slow. Green light, we don't go.
go.
Winning shit is all we know. If you ain't trying to be a champion, then what you playing for? Who we is, we the bros, number one fantasy show. We don't talk too fast, we just finding out that y'all listen slow. Green light, we don't go. Winning shit is all we know. If you ain't trying to be a champion, then what you playing for?
What's good? What's good? It's your boy DJ Avo, and this is the Dynasty Bros Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 145. Let's go.
My guy consistent. Look what number we at. And he still ain't gonna never get it right. What's good, Brodies and Bays? This is the Dynasty Bros Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 139. This is where you come for your fantasy football needs and chop it up about the latest NFL news. I am Dynasty Bro Dot here with my co-bro.
Who we
It
is,
was subtle. It was subtle.
My beard got in the way, bro.
All good, bro. They would never know, but
My beard got in the way.
Dynasty Bro Vic, man, here with our DJ.
DJ Avo, what's good?
Oh man, I fucked that up too. I'm Dynasty Bro Dot here with my co-bro. I ain't even do that, did I?
It's all good, man.
Dang, man. Let's start it over. Avo.
What's good? What's good? It's your boy DJ Avo, and this is Dynasty Bro Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 150. Let's go.
Hey, look what number we at. My guy still ain't gonna get it right. What's good, Brodies and Bays? This is the Dynasty Bros Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 139. This is where you come for your fantasy football needs and chop it up about the latest NFL news. I am Dynasty Bro Dot here with my co-bro.
Dynasty Bro Vic here with our DJ.
DJ Avo, what's good?
One take. We don't edit nothing. So
Never.
Y'all got two intros. I was thrown off from the listening to the freestyles and all that stuff, man. Shout out to my guy Snell, man. What up, Snell? About to hit the club. I'm gonna be ripping.
That bar was a little feisty,
Spicy Snell.
a little sassy.
SS. Nah, man, welcome. Man, it's good watching real football. I know we're doing a lot of DFS stuff and doing a lot of best balls, but I talked to Vic about it, man. It feels good to like sit back and actually get to watch football without having to root for a ton of different players all across the board, man. So the past couple of weeks have been exciting. There's a little bit, some blowouts, not that big a scoring this week, but last week was awesome, and just excited to see the playoffs. So how you feel about these past couple of weeks, bro?
It's exciting, man. Like you said, just to sit back and enjoy like good on good football at this point. Like it's getting down to, the top teams battling out. As far as upsets, man, I don't even want to. Can we even call it an upset? Like the Bengals over the Bills. I know a lot of people had the Bills as going to the Super Bowl, but hey, I saw this on Twitter and they nailed it. Joe Burrow got that Tom Brady killer instinct. You know what I mean? He's just laser focused and he's dangerous out there, man. You don't want to mess with Joey B, Joe Shiesty, man.
And I think Pat Mahomes gets a pass because he has like the best tight end like ever just offensively, and he has Andy Reid, which is arguably one of the best offensive play callers. But like it's starting to see that, bro. These quarterbacks need two stud receivers, bro, and it's kind of making sense, man. Like, yeah, bro. Higgins, Chase still in the playoffs. You feel me? AJ Devonta still in the playoffs, and then you got the Debo and Ayuk is ascending up to a better player, and then McCaffrey
Kittle
out the backfield, Kittle a tight end. Yeah, you need two dynamic weapons on the outside, man.
Pick three.
Yeah, we're starting to see that. So, yeah, man, I'm excited to see the playoffs and see how everything pans out. Who you got in the championship?
It's tough, man, but right now, I'm going to go Eagles and Bengals. I'm only saying that because, again, Bengals are hot right now, and I feel like they're the best all-around team that's left, offense and defense. You could argue for San Fran, but we kind of saw Purdy take a step back as a rookie QB in the playoffs, right? Further you advance, going to be tougher, but it's tough, man. But I'm gonna go Eagles and Bengals. I would like to see the Bengals pull it off, man.
I don't know. I think I would like to see Jalen pull it off, man. Like, think about it. This is a guy you was really hipping me to last year, and I think I was the one talking you off when I was talking about how much of a next step he needs to take with his passing ability, and he took the step. And it's good to see him lead his team, and he has that it factor too, man. This team rallies around him, so it sucks that Pat got banged up. I want to see the Bengals, move past them because I don't want to see a hobbled Mahomes twice. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you on that. And you know what we do in the black community. You got to root for the black quarterback. No, that's what we do. So
I think, well, my pick, me Avo. So I'll let y'all know I'm probably right about this. It's gonna be the
Oh
Eagles.
my God. Okay.
And it's gonna be Patrick Mahomes. Did I get that right? Did I
Yeah.
mess that up? I think I
Nah,
got
you
that
didn't.
right.
You rooting for Pat.
I got Pat winning because I want to see him dominate.
So
And
you
I
want
I
to
want
see
him
an
and LeBron.
injured injured Pat win 2 weeks in a row.
I think that'd be amazing.
Well, it's not 2 weeks.
Because I keep hearing,
2
you know, I
games in a row.
heard some funny comments on ESPN, and I was like, man, these comments don't even make sense. I need Pat to go out here and prove that he's the best. I heard that somehow Patrick Mahomes is the best player, but somehow Joe Burrow is the better quarterback. Because they don't even make sense. They play the same position.
yeah, I'm
That can't work. So I need Patrick Mahomes to go show no doubt, man. You know what I mean?
yeah. I'm gonna walk mine back. My head says the Bengals, with my heart going with the black community.
I wasn't gonna call you
Eagles.
out. I let it go because it went in like a 37-second span. He said, "I got the Eagles and I got the Bengals, and I got the Bengals, winning it all." And then you said, "You know us, bro. We gotta go with the black community." You know, I hold it down with my folks. I'm like, damn, bro, what is it? I wasn't gonna say no. You should. It could have flew under the table.
It's an unwritten rule, though. I'm just letting everybody know.
Facts.
I'm just, as far as the culture, the door's cracked open. That's some conversations that go down in the culture room.
Big facts. And I think what they were trying to say, I heard that comment too, and it threw me off at first, and I had to analyze it in my head. And I'm like, I think they're trying to say like just X's and O's and like without jeopardizing anything, who you gonna take. I think a lot of people are going Joe Burrow right now because he's every once in a while Mahomes does something that he has that risky type of thing, and every once in a while it's not needed. That's why Josh Allen, bro, as good as he is, that risk-taking shit always sets him back, bro. Every year he ends up fumbling it away or throwing interceptions because he's not taking it as it comes to him. And Mahomes does it a lot, and he's a little bit more successful doing it. We see the plays that are spectacular because he takes those chances. But Joe Burrow's is out there just picking apart defenses, doing the X's and O's, and like not doing anything to jeopardize anything right now.
And the run game turned up too with a Joe Mixon, and you get a Hayden Hurst involved at the tight end spot, and so that works. But flipping back over to the Bills, you can high-low a Diggs, right? So 2 DBs can take him away. Josh is forced to put the offense on his shoulders. Last thing on the black quarterback topic, just to close out there.
He back.
Last thing on that, but we already know, like, usually prospects coming in and just the narrative black QBs get, right? That's really why, from a culture standpoint, why African American community leans with supporting the black quarterbacks. Because usually we get shitted on. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, can we be a quarterback? Hell, they was even shitting on Jalen Hurts, right? You know what I mean?
I want to see Jalen keep succeeding so somebody can pay Lamar and give him the complement of weapons he needs, because that style of quarterback can win, but you can't make him do it on his own. Like they're trying to make Lamar do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So I got Eagles, Cincy too, and I got Jalen winning. Fuck it.
I like it.
All right, this is episode 139. This is going to be called This or That. We went into position room and took some guys in Dynasty. We're going to compare them and see who we like going forward. And we got some lessons learned, man. Like, it's been a long season. It was kind of draining, how it ended. But I'm excited again for football, man. And shout out to all the leagues that progressed and pushed through. And we want to say one more time, shout out to Damar for healing up. It was good to see him at the game. Whether win or lose, it was good to see him at the game. And that energy in the air is always needed. So we're gonna do some this or that, some lessons learned, and if we got some flag on the plays, we could do that. But right now, long as Vic ready, we're gonna get into the what's the word, man. The Hood Tim Z with Dynasty Bro Vic.
Hey man, and he gave me the banner, bro.
Yeah, without him telling me, I did the banner on my own, bro. I'm trying to get better.
2023, man. It's a Jordan year. We out here. All right, man. I'm not gonna keep us long, and this is a little bit outdated, but still want to highlight it. So saw this on the Score Instagram. So of course, former head coach Cliff Kingsbury of the Arizona Cardinals, apparently he booked a one-way ticket to Thailand. He's not looking to coach in 2023. Apparently took a one-way to, is it Phuket or Phuket? Phuket, Thailand. So if you're gonna take a one-way,
fuck yeah.
That's a hell of a destination, man. So hopefully he's out there getting his mind right and relaxing. And hey, when you're out in Thailand, Snell was just talking about it. We should go out there. He said you live like a king out there. So
And he got that bag, so he living like two kings.
There's a lot of things going on in Thailand.
I'm sure.
We're gonna keep it good for the podcast.
Yeah.
We just want to throw that out there. He might be going for many reasons.
I'm sure the food is good out there, but
I'm sure the food's great. Yeah, that's
I hear it's like
it's a great
the
cultural
conversion rate is like $1 is like $32 out there, but that could have changed now with inflation, give or take.
Yeah, it's probably like $1 is like 25.
There you go. still living large, but all right, man. Let's keep it pushing, man.
Y'all wild. Y'all wild. I ain't even chime in.
Hey, the man went to fuck it, but look. I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
It's
Phuket.
Bro.
No, seriously. When I always said it, I always thought it was like fuck it.
I
Fuck
mean,
it, bro.
that's how we gonna say
Phuket.
it. But I think it's
Phuket.
I'm gonna bet on this Phuket.
Phuket, Thailand. All right, man. Let me stop being ignorant. All right, shout out to Jerry Rice, man, the GOAT wide receiver, also my frat, man. That's why I had to rep the mob mentality. But I don't know if you guys saw, he had like the illest chain on at the game. Really's been walking like the whole playoffs. He has a helmet with GOAT listed on the back. See that?
Yeah, I
That's
pointed
hard.
that out to the wife. I said, "Did you see that man chain?
Yeah, man.
That shit fire."
Fire. Y'all see that, man?
That showed up good right there.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the GOAT, man, Jerry Rice, man. So hopefully he can keep that chain going up into the Super Bowl. But based on our predictions, it's about to wind down here pretty soon.
Facts.
All right. Let's talk about the Ravens. So of course, their former offensive coordinator Greg Roman, he's no longer with them. So he stepped down from that position for the Ravens. So what do you guys think that means for the Ravens going forward, given the whole Lamar situation, and he wasn't around in the playoffs?
I have no clue, but whoever they bring in needs to make sure that they're still running a good scheme for Lamar, man, and making smarter plays. You can't go around doing the Pete Carroll, Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch to win the Super Bowl joint. That's how, bro. You got JK. He finally got healthy. He's been looking good, and honestly, he's been running for a good yard per carry clip since he got back. You give it to him on the 1 yard line, man. Like that playoff play was stupid to me, man. Like I feel like you tried with your running back, like your stud running back first, and then you worry about trying to do the extra shit. But I'm not doing none of that with my backup. You go to your guys, you feel me? So I feel like it's an offensive coordinator thing, man. You see that coming to smack them in the face, but whatever it is, whoever they bring in, just need to make sure they keep on making a good scheme for Lamar. Comes back.
I'm hearing rumblings that they're looking at Frank Reich. I don't like that. But either way, keep in mind Lamar did run a pro style offense in college at Louisville. So I know people like to not consider him as a traditional QB, but he can get it done. But we already know the Ravens basically revamped their entire offensive scheme for Lamar to be part of the running game, right? But now that he's been banged up the past couple seasons, you think they can continue to run that, or do they need to take a step back?
I completely feel like you can run it, but you can't just get rid of all his weapons and trust he's supposed to make plays by
exactly
himself.
what I was going to say.
That's real.
You got to give him some weapons. You give him some weapons, it's just like basketball, man. Everything opens up.
We know we got Mark Andrews. We were excited to see the Hollywood Bateman thing, and then they got rid of Hollywood, and then it's like, okay, now we just got Bateman. As soon as Bateman got banged up, now you're playing with the Devin Duvernays of the world.
Marcus Robinson.
Like,
yeah.
Now you got 8 in the box.
No,
Right.
no great quarterback.
Look at Avo. Y'all hear Avo? 8 in
Come
the
on, man.
box.
I know some football, man. I know a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, like you can't treat him like he's supposed to do it on his own. I don't care who you bring in; they need to bring in some weapons for Lamar.
And JK want the ball, man. So
And give JK
he
the
sounded
ball.
off that last game.
I don't blame him.
So
He
just
should have had the ball right there. Anyways.
Avo being curious here. When you say bring in, we talking like they got to draft well? Because I noticed, like, normally I don't see a lot of free agents moving like
Nah,
crazy
go
in the
get DeAndre
NFL.
Hopkins. He's leaving.
Okay, well, there we go. Well,
Hopkins
there's your
and the
options.
draft. And the draft.
There's your options, Ravens. You heard it here. What's good?
All right, a couple more things. I just went on some quarterbacks. Just get y'all thoughts on them. Let's start with Derek Carr.
Let's go.
Of course, he's no longer with the Vegas Raiders. Top landing spots looking like either the Jets, the Commanders. Also, I've heard about the Saints. I've also seen things about the Colts.
You know where he's going.
Where do you think he's going?
He's an upgrade if you go to any one of those spots, but it's like, is he really a championship quarterback, man? I feel like a lot of these teams keep going with these retreads. I know you can't do anything if you don't have a high draft pick, so you have to deal with stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, these retreads are kind of just the death of these teams sometimes.
If I was Carr, I'd go to the Jets. But of course, looking at that, you got to deal with that smoke with Josh Allen and the Dolphins. But he comes from the AFC West, which is already loaded, so that shouldn't be an issue or concern for him. So if he wants a shot at, a more playoff ready team, I say the Jets. But if he wants a clearer path, if you duck in the smoke, I say the Saints. That's probably the way to go. But anyway, not my problem, not my QB. But let's keep it pushing, man. Aaron Rodgers, I'm hearing, team like the Packers aren't going to look to send him anywhere in the NFC. So based on that, only options would be what? Vegas, his former teammate, or the Colts.
I feel like it would be a Vegas thing, but also Tom Brady going to go link back up with Josh McDaniels. I don't know.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers.
He's just in the way right now.
He is, bro. Like, teams are going to want him. That's a former back-to-back MVP a couple years ago.
Yeah. But do you want to deal with his antics and moods and diva?
Somebody will.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
All right. Yeah, they got to.
Another QB. Of course, we already talked about Aaron Rodgers. Talked about Derek Carr.
Retire, bro. Go on, say the next guy.
Tom Brady?
He should just retire, bro.
Tom Brady?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
just retire, bro.
He got Byron Leftwich fired. No, I'm just kidding.
He looked, bro. I don't care what he had. Russell Gage for a while. Godwin when he finally got back. Mike Evans. Cade Otton is not bad. He's a rookie tight end that was ascending. He got Rashad White out the backfield that can catch. He's a great running back. And then playoff Lenny. And he still didn't do nothing, bro. And I know the offense was vanilla. That's why they got rid of Byron Leftwich. He wasn't being creative at all with those weapons. But still, there was times where Brady just looked like he didn't have it no more. He had spurts where it looked like he was still the old Brady, but majority of the time he didn't have it, bro. So just retire, man.
Yeah, it's time. The last thing, Dak Prescott, just want to talk about him because, he just lost in the divisional round. And
Again.
they already paid him. So, you got to ride out with him unless you're going to trade him. But at the end of the day, good luck, right? As far you can't cut him, you can't, you know what I mean?
All jokes aside, that's the team that I really want DeAndre Hopkins to go to. They need another stud receiver, bro. And I don't think Dak is the type of receiver that is going to exist without two studs on the outside. He's not that guy. He's good, but you got to make sure you have all the weapons around him to be okay.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that says a lot about even Michael Gallup, right? With the injuries, because they were confident in Michael Gallup's ability, but he's been banged up past couple of years. And
a perfect number 3. He was good when it was Amari Cooper and Lamb on the outside, and they got to worry about those two guys and Gallup making these big plays. But just stay the number 3. That's what he should do.
All right, man. Last thing, definitely prayers up to Peyton Hillis. So I know a couple of days ago he was discharged from the hospital. He was in ICU after saving his kids from drowning. So glad his kids are okay, and then also he's on a path to recovery. But just want to acknowledge Peyton Hillis, former Browns. He was a fullback, but he converted to running back.
He was killing.
He was a beast, bro.
Killing out there.
Yeah, he was. Remember him on the Madden cover?
Yeah, bro.
Max.
Yeah.
2 years he showed out.
Very Mike Allstott-ish.
Yeah,
bro. Just bullies.
He was all arm and shoulders.
Yeah. All right, man. That's all I got for What's the Word. Anything else you guys want to add?
I think that's it.
That's
Shout out to Coach Prime. He's actually snatching some of these 5-star recruits from other teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got the tape.
He's about to have the best cornerback tandem in college.
That's dope. I'm actually excited to watch the Buffaloes, and hopefully we can try to make it to a game, man.
Hell yeah.
Seriously. It's in Denver, basically.
Big facts, bro. I see your LinkedIn picture, bro, and I don't like it, man. Get up out of there.
That's my new one.
Okay, I'm glad you got up out of that other one, man.
No, man, I like the other one better. We can make better jokes on the other one.
Oh, yeah. But it was something else I had. But injuries real quick. So of course, going to the conference championship games. Pat Mahomes, man, high ankle sprain. He said he's gonna play.
You know he's gonna play. He already got paid.
Andy Reid said if he can walk, he's gonna play. But a high ankle sprain ain't no joke, man.
Nope.
Sheesh.
I know, but he was winging it.
He's gonna go out there. He's gonna throw that thing.
All right.
Tony Pollard.
Everybody
broken
dropping
leg.
back in coverage. Nobody thinking he running.
how do you feel about that tackle, man? Like they're basically saying the drag down is just as bad as the horse collar. You think they're going to enforce a rule on that or what? Next year?
You're talking about like that back tackle?
Yeah, running back. So Tony Pollard got basically dragged down and his leg rolled up, and
man, that's out. I don't think that's the same as horse collaring to me.
Well, people are looking at it though because it's basically it's like it conflicts because like defensive players get penalized for dirty hits or aggressive hits, but it's like you try to tackle them, you don't want to be overly aggressive, so you drag them down, but that causes injuries too.
It's part of the game.
It is part of the game. It's icy. It's unfortunate. That's what it is. Unfortunate. Said you said 3 months is optimistic. Probably more 8 months to be all the way back at complete 100% health. But more of a clean tear, so should be okay. Should be back. I hope it doesn't affect his free agency. And
man,
he get the bag that he was supposed to get because he balled out this year.
That's the part that sucks, man. Timing of it. Contract year.
He balled out this year.
And then Jalen Hurts with the shoulder. Of course, we saw him this past week. He threw two TDs.
He's gonna be all right.
Yeah, so
he's gonna be all right.
Just something to monitor.
I watched him get tackled a couple times. I was like, and he was all right. Popped up. It was cool.
All right, of course, CMC dealing with a little calf issue, but
he's always gonna play.
There we go. All right, man. That's that, man. Let's jump into the DFS, man, real quick, if you don't mind. Just get the update going.
Yeah, so it's been 2 weeks, and shout out to my guy Vic. 2 wins in a row.
I'm streaking right now, 18-11. Well, 11-18.
Yeah, bro. Don't try to have my record on your shit.
Hey, but I'm closing the gap, man. So I have 2 more opportunities. So you said Super Bowl, we're gonna do a showdown.
Yep.
That's gonna be interesting, but I'm with it, man. Hopefully I can get 2 more dubs here. And
next time y'all talk to us, man, I'm gonna be 20-11.
I don't mind being down 5 to close out the year. So 18-13 or 13-18.
It's gonna be 20-11 by the time I talk to y'all again.
All right. That's that, man. All right, man. Before we get to the main topic, DJ Avo.
Yo.
Where can the people follow you at?
You can follow me at DJ Avo Love. That's at DJ AVOLXVE. Let's go. Hey, yo, Dot. Where can we follow you at, bro?
Why your voice sounds so raspy right now?
Come on, man. I'll be going in at different moments, bro. I got to switch it up for him.
Follow me at Dynasty Bro on Instagram and Twitter. Follow the main Instagram page, Dynasty Bros FF. And click subscribe. Like on YouTube, Dynasty Bros Fantasy Football Podcast. Please, we're going up. Hey, Vic, where can we follow you at, brother?
Man, you can follow me at Chiefs Host FF, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast where you're listening, Dynasty Bros FF. Get on the YouTube. We got some shorts. We got some episodes. Everything going up, man. We excited for the offseason, especially getting to these prospects. So that's that, man. So that what we talking about again today?
We gonna get into some this or that, but before we get into the main topic, man, let's do one thing. Fantasy football season's ended. Avo, this is kind of on the fly, so we ain't get to have you get prepared. But after we talk, we'll ask you if you got anything. But
I got
lessons learned, man. We basically finished the season, had another season of having an extra game, but this was with the whole injury situation. A lot of the season got cut off last game, and we had to work our way and figure these things out. But outside of that, just in general, man, like your gameplay, maybe the way you drafted, the way your teams were set up, give me a few things. I don't care what it is. Give me a few things that you've learned this year that you're going to change, that you're going to keep the same rolling into next year's fantasy football season.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, and let Avo learn.
I can knock mine out first.
Go ahead,
I already know
Avo.
what I'm doing. I already kind of talked to y'all about it. Like, y'all got to switch up my strategy. This is not working how I wanted to do. So when it comes to my dynasty league, for sure, I got to get younger. I definitely got to get younger. It's literally like running a franchise, so you got to kind of keep that in mind. Making sure I'm making good moves with these draft picks. That way I can make sure I got a solid team. What I noticed about everybody else's team is that they got really solid benches. So that when somebody goes down, that guy you filling in is almost just as good, if not sometimes better.
Big facts.
And then my in the regular league, in the regular fantasy leagues,
you redraft.
Man, in the redraft leagues, man, I gotta get me some good receivers, baby.
Gotta get
running backs seem to come by the dozen, even because I've always selected good running backs, but it just ain't never really played out for me. Then you got to rely on your receivers, and the receivers ain't that good because I went running back early. So it's like, so that's my number one lesson is grab my receivers early, and I think everything else is gonna work out.
All right, Vic, you got any? I got a couple.
3 things for me, man. First thing is I need to stick to my process, trust my guys, more so with these rookie wide receivers. You know, I had Garrett Wilson, Olave, Jamison Williams, but I went rogue and jumped on the Treylon Burks train, just giving the AJ Brown trade, and I saw a clear path for opportunities, but as we saw, that don't always work out, right? So I need to just stick to my guys. I should have had way more Garrett Wilson, who I consider to be baby Justin Jefferson, the way he's out there balling as a rookie. So that's my lesson learned from a rookie standpoint. Next thing, these 30-year-old wide receivers, man, I'm kind of like starting to like shy away from them. What I mean by that, like the Hopkins, the Thielens. Like, don't get me wrong, Hopkins still commanding targets, but he's still not as explosive, right? So,
Thanks.
I mean, he's not creating separation after the catch, and even when he's running his routes, just not as explosive anymore. And think about Adam Thielen. You know, he's real touchdown dependent now. And of course, he can still get open in the red zone, but again, like these 30-year receivers, I'm like, they're more so like flex plays. I wouldn't feel so good about having them as like my wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2.
Facts.
And then the last thing, these running backs, we overlooked some running backs. What I mean by that, Josh Jacobs and Miles Sanders, these were guys who are in contract years, so I need to pay more attention to that. Guys who are in more proven situations. So Josh Jacobs ended up being a RB3, and Miles Sanders had an RB15 season. So I'm going to use those opportunities to basically stack up my skill players and then get the guys that are in a contract year from a running back standpoint who got something to prove. Maybe I can stack up my RB1s and 2 sneakily later in the draft that way. So those are my lessons learned.
All right, I think I got a lesson learned positionally, one by one.
That's what's up.
Quarterbacks. I am done doing the waiting game, and I literally want the ones that have running potential. Even if I can't get the high side of a Jalen Hurts, I at least want the Daniel Jones. So at least, you know, that's the bottom ground that I want. But honestly, man, I'm jumping the gun, and I want one of those elite ones next year because they made such a difference when I'm looking week by week to these other teams. I want the Josh Allen, Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, even Burrow. I want those guys. Justin Fields in there too. That's one of the breakout guys. But I want the elite quarterback, so I don't have to worry about the good matchups, the bad matchups. I'm just going to play them. That's what I learned about quarterback. Running back, I don't want any of those PPR backs that are supposed to be like they have a role. They never really have a role anymore. So I'm over that. Fucking, I'm gonna take my receivers and I'm gonna take these pass catching backs just because PPR. Nah, take my shot on the guy that could, even if he's not the number 1, he could fuck around and be the TD back because nobody had Williams from
Jamal
Williams as a top back, and he broke Barry Sanders. You know,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so don't get the PPR backs anymore, and get the running backs on high scoring teams. Zeke was so behind Pollard, looked so much worse than Pollard this year, but he stumbled into so many touchdowns this year because Cowboys are a high scoring team. I want those kind of guys. And then receivers, man, I'm only taking receivers that we know the obvious does, but you have to have a good quarterback. You have to have a competent quarterback. If you don't, I'm not touching you, boss. Because if you don't have nobody to get you the ball, then I'm just, I'm kind of.
Who were some examples of these players? Like the receivers
so like you think about the top guys, they have like, I'm not saying you have to have a Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback, but you at least have to have like a Derek Carr was able to support Devontae Adams. Who's another competent quarterback?
How did Seattle's wide receiver do?
Yeah, Tyler Lockett actually had a nice
Tyler
season.
Lockett and PK did. But you know why? That's because Geno had one of the best seasons, like QBR wise and all of that. He literally
yardage.
Looked good this season. Kirk Cousins isn't one of the greatest quarterbacks, but he's competent. He's a good starter. I don't want the guys like, we love Justin Fields for fantasy, but you never going to want any of his receivers no time soon right now. He has to develop into that. You got to think. We were nervous about the A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith thing because we didn't know what Jalen Hurts could do, but Jalen Hurts turned up and made those guys both valuable. So, like, I need competent quarterbacks thrown into my – and I'm trying to think of a high-end receiver that sucked because his quarterback wasn't that good. You like Garrett Wilson? That's your guy, right?
Oh yeah.
Zach Wilson sucks so bad that he brought down the value. So, bro, and
Right.
even all the rookies, Chris Olave, stud.
Andy Dalton.
Bro, Andy Dalton sucked. You seen Drake London the first few weeks, hella targets, and then once they really settled in with Mariota, it's like, yeah, bro, he wasn't doing anything. But you see, Ritter turned Drake up for the last few weeks.
Well, let's talk about it. Also, you got to throw Tom Brady in there this year.
Yeah,
of course,
bad.
he's going to go down as the GOAT at the QB spot, but Mike Evans, outside of that championship week game, he was down the whole season for the most part. And you talked about PPR running backs. Give me some examples. I know you.
Everybody. Not Jamal. Everybody used to be excited about like, okay, here's a perfect one. Kareem Hunt was supposed to be the PPR back, right? He literally didn't do anything. His role completely went away. It's like
did.
I don't want to have to assume that these guys are going to be a PPR back if they're not going to if you're not going to Austin Eckler me into my starting lineup, I don't want you, because we know Austin Eckler is the lead back. He's also getting run downs. He's getting everything. He's getting the goal line. I don't want a guy that all right, man, I hope he get 5 catches, because you know what you'll get? Rashad White. And he had his weeks when he scored or when he caught a lot of passes, but he also would disappear. I don't want the Naheem Hines playing behind when he was at the Colts, or even when he finally got traded, we thought he was going to be the guy, still not doing anything. I don't want those pass catchers because they're not doing anything. So give me the guy that could have the goal line role or the lead back guy. Like, give me those roles over the PPR back, because I can't name one that did anything significant this year unless they were like the all-around back.
Gotcha.
And for tight ends, man, just find a team that targets the tight end. I don't really have anything specific for that besides Travis Kelce or nothing. Honestly, man, just Travis was so valuable this year. I want Travis or nothing. So that's what I learned this year.
All right, bro, that's fire, man. And I'm definitely going to take some of those tips you guys mentioned, because we're trying to get better. That's what I like about Dynasty and fantasy in general. Like, you can never completely figure it all the way out. It's like a moving puzzle. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
So, all right, man, let's get into this or that, man. Reminding people what that is again.
All right, this or that, man. We went positionally, so we went through quarterbacks. And I just, we both pitched out guys. I threw 2 guys out that are comparable, whether it's age, whether it's talent, whether where they're valued at in Dynasty. And we're just going to decide where we stand on these 2 guys and who we'd rather have going forward. So that's what it is. This or that. And we went through and we did it positionally. We'll start at the quarterbacks. We'll start at the running backs and tight ends. We'll end at receiver like we always do.
Fire, man.
I'll let you start off. It looked like you already got you ready. Pitch your 2 guys. And I don't know how you want to do it. Do you want to pitch 2 guys and then see where I stand and then go back to where you stand?
Yeah, and then we can, throw in some stats on the back end. I want to go in just off face value, who you got, and then from there we can talk about situations, some numbers, what have you. But let me get that banner if you don't mind.
Gotcha.
All right, man. So quarterback, I'm gonna throw out 2 guys, man. This or that. Would you rather have Justin Herbert going forward in Dynasty or Trevor Lawrence?
As much as Trevor start looking good and falling into his own, I think I still want Justin Herbert. We seen his ceiling year, and Trevor had this year, and it still wasn't as good as Justin's ceiling year. So I gotta trust that maybe something was holding them back. They did get rid of the offensive coordinator this year, and I don't know. I feel like they were afraid to throw downfield, and I don't want to just keep giving passes, but for a majority of the year, he never had his full allotment of weapons. Keenan was banged up, and then Mike Williams was banged up, so they never had to get all 3 of those guys. Hopefully, they bring in an offensive coordinator that could actually make Josh Palmer mesh with those other 2 guys too, not just be a good guy when one of those guys are out. Because Palmer is a stud receiver, so imagine having those 3 guys out there at the same time, all healthy at once. I'm going to take Justin and his running back, man. They throw it to him. He's one of the greatest out the backfield doing it. So give me Justin again, man. Like I said, as his peak season is bigger than Trevor's peak season right now. But I love both of these guys, though.
All right, Avo, you got a preference? Justin Herbert or Trevor Lawrence?
Nope, not right there. I fucks with Lawrence. I like his swag.
Okay. All right, man. I'm actually going to take Trevor Lawrence. And just looking at some of the numbers, Trevor, 4,000 yards,
25 TDs, 8 interceptions. Of course, new head coach with Doug Peterson coming off the Urban Meyer situation. So coaching makes a difference. And I'm looking at Trevor's situation, right? They brought in a Christian Kirk, who actually proved to be a competent wide receiver in terms of taking on that number one role. I still would like to see them with a Calvin Ridley, right? But he basically balled out with a Zay Jones, a Marvin Jones, a Christian Kirk, and an Evan Ingram. So I just like his weapons going forward, throwing in a Calvin Ridley. I do expect them to also draft another wide receiver, keep it young. And they got Travis Etienne. Hopefully they bring another running back as well. Continue to build around him. So I just like the upside, man, that Trevor's shown. Thing about Herbert, finished as QB 11 versus Trevor at QB 8. Of course, Herbert has had a top 5 season, but you got unless they bring in like a dynamic wide receiver, I feel like the Chargers need like a Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb type of player, a guy you can move into the slot and on the outside. Because is it really ideal to have a Mike Williams as your field stretcher? At that size, he can do it, but is that really ideal?
When he makes some of the best contested jump passes, he just has to be healthy. That's my biggest issue with Mike. Can you tell me? Can you run back Trevor's stats this year?
Yeah. So
you still got him up.
Yeah. So Trevor threw 4,000 yards, also 25 TDs, 8 interceptions.
All right, and Justin did this year. He did 4,700, 25 TDs, 10 interceptions, and what's crazy is that's a nice down year for Justin.
That is a down year.
We looked at Justin like he had a down year. That's because last year the man had 5,000 yards and 38 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So like just his upside, because they're always going to throw the ball so much, man. I want to keep riding with him right now. Because in a down year, he pretty much did what Trevor did. So like I said,
I see what you're saying.
I love Trevor though, and he looked good, and he started to turn it up. I think he was figuring it out on the back end of the season because he came in still figuring it out early. But just right now, I'm gonna just take the guy who has the biggest peak season right now. But Trevor's younger too.
You know what else though? I feel like Trevor has that Joe Burrow killer instinct in him, like that dog. I don't really see that with Justin yet. You know what I'm saying? Like don't get me wrong, Justin's a nice player. He can push the ball, tight spirals, all that good stuff. But you could tell when like a guy like Joe Burrow, like he's showing up, he's not here to fuck around. Trevor has that too. You know what I'm saying? Like I just see that killer instinct in him.
Yeah, I can't. The difference from last year to this year, man, it looked like two completely different guys, the Justin Herbert from last year and this year. And the only thing I could try to do is blame it on the offensive coordinator playing soft because the weapons weren't there this year. That's all I'm gonna blame it on. Hopefully they bring in somebody and let that boy fling the ball around some more. Pause.
All right, bet. Give me your QBs.
All right. This is interesting. It wasn't originally what I had. We talked about that, but these are two guys that I think catapulted themselves up into a tier with Pat Mahomes, or if you still got Josh Allen there or whatever, and they wasn't there last year. So Joe Burrow and Jalen Hurts, the two guys I got going into the Super Bowl. I know. One guy is the traditional pocket guy, X's and O's, pick apart a defense, and then the other guy is, hey, you can draw up any play for me. When the pocket breaks down, I can move around, make things happen. I'm literally a running back. I'm stealing Miles Sanders touchdowns all the time. Like, he's a stud. So how do y'all want to do it? How y'all want to play this out?
Shit. So this is tough. Of course, we're looking at two different styles of quarterback play. Hurts is more of he'll throw, but he can also run and eat into some of those rushing TDs, which is what you want, PPR format. He was actually on pace to finish as the number one QB point-wise. So he actually was on pace to put up roughly 420 fantasy points to outscore Mahomes, who finished number one. But I believe it like 410 points, something like that. But Joe Burrow, top 4 season, and he has the weapons with Jamar Chase and Higgins, but you can't ignore Hurts, because Hurts actually supported 2 top 10 receivers, believe it or not. Devonta Smith was wide receiver 9, man. I did not see that coming at all. Did not see Smitty having a top 10 season this year. He has that potential.
And Dallas Goedert was balling when he was healthy.
Right. So for the Eagles to pay AJ Brown, bring him in, and still support a young Devonta Smith, that just speaks to the talent, man. So given all that, man,
I gotta go with Jalen Hurts here, only for the rushing upside. But it is tough, man, because Burrow can go hang 60 points easily. We got a Jamar Chase, but give me Hurts, who can run the football and also support 2 top 10 receivers. What else could you ask for? What else are you looking for at that point?
He's doing the same thing that Burrow is doing, but it's like a cheat code being able to run because every 10 yards they get a point. I will say this: it's probably smart to take Burrow in Dynasty because his shelf life is probably going to be longer.
Yep.
But I will say this: if they both have, if Burrow has any kind of like fallback from his passing touchdowns, or they have a big rushing season, and Mixon or whoever it is, P. Ryan has a 20 touchdown season, Burrow is going to fall back compared to Jalen Hurts. Doesn't need a ton of touchdowns to get him where he needs to be because the role he plays with at quarterback, he's always going to be top 3 potential no matter what. So I'm just going to take the guy that has that upside right now in Jalen Hurts. What about you, Avo?
Man, so look, this is rough. So it's only rough because shout out to Clear B real quick. We had a conversation earlier this week and he compared Joe Burrow to Derek Jeter. And I was like, hold on, whoa. What are we saying here? Because Derek Jeter, to me, you know, I'm a baseball guy. That's the dude. So I'm like, yo, that's a major compliment. But with that being said, I got to root for everything black, man. I would have to take Jalen Hurts. I would just have to do it. I love Joe Burrow. I love his swag,
black,
everything
black,
about him.
Black, everything.
But
black,
I'm gonna have to go black. And that's literally the only reason. I don't know if that's right or not. That might be wrong.
Is that right in this day and age, in the DE&I age?
But I'm gonna be me, and that's who I would ride with.
All right, I'm not mad at it.
Shout out to Joe though. You know, I fucks with it.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah, he's Hey, Boosie fuck with Joe Burrow, so there you go.
Facts.
All right, man. Let's get into these running backs. I got 2 running backs. It's a little bit different, right? But let's go with rookie running back Breece Hall for the Jets.
I really love this or that too. Just to let you know.
Right on. So of course we saw him, hot start, man, in the Jets offense and put up some monster games. He even had some RB1 weeks. Then of course he went down with the injury. So hopefully he comes back strong and keeps up, that same pace that he was on, right? He could easily finish as the RB1 next year based on the pace, he's shown this year. Or would you go with the 101 most likely projected to be in Dynasty, right? Bijan Robinson, man.
I already know where I'm going, and I am.
Hold up, tell the people where he's at. Running back for Texas University.
Who got the number one? Who got the number 1 pick?
Well, from a dynasty perspective, if you got the 101, most likely you're gonna draft.
Well, I'm
Bijan.
saying like, what team might he land on? What are the potential teams?
I told Vic Philly has a couple first round picks due to trading, so that's
to
a
me
potential thing
because
they don't. They're literally about to lose Miles Sanders' contract year, and they really are. They're one of the complete teams that like can go on a limb and take something like that if they wanted to.
Got you.
Yeah, so it would be nice too, bro. But I'm gonna take Bijan. One, because prospect wise, we love Breece Hall, but prospect wise, Bijan is a higher touted prospect. But honestly, outside of that, man, even if you look at him as even, one guy's coming in the season healthy. And it really doesn't matter what team Bijan go to because the Jets offense sucked. And Breece Hall was still able to do whatever he wanted to in that offense because he's so explosive and dynamic. So just give me the guy that's going to roll into the offseason. And when the season starts, I know he's going to be there. I don't care what team he's playing for. That's literally the only reason why I'm going to take Bijan right now. It's just because Breece Hall ended with a bang-up season. So, who knows what he's going to be in the offseason, what it's going to be week 1. So that's why I'm going Bijan.
I'm going to hop in real quick, Vic. Just real quick. I'm just going to say Breece because I don't even know who the other dude is.
That's what's up.
But shout out to that other dude, though. I'm sure you're going to be a great prospect.
Do some
rooting for you off
research.
But I'm going Breece just for that.
Hey, remember LeBron was in high school? And
what? Hold up. Wait a minute. These comparisons are getting out of hand.
Remember when LeBron was about to enter the league?
He that type of running back, bro?
Basically, you already know you're going to plug and play pro.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I'm not mad. I'm like you, Avo. Like, I got a lot of homework to do, a lot of film to watch. I've heard the name. I am going to go Bijan here, but I I still got a lot of homework and scouting to do.
He's like one of the best
But from what
runners
I've
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But also he's one of the best pass catchers I've ever seen. He's like one of those McCaffrey catching stride type guys. Like he doesn't have to stop his momentum to do anything with pass catching abilities.
And he's built like a rock.
Yeah.
Like a boulder.
He's fire.
Yeah, chiseled. So, all right, man. Give us your running backs.
I went with these two guys because right now you've seen it this year. They both are kind of on the smaller stature side, so it keeps both of them banged up. And it seems like their teams want to try to limit their touches because of that. But I took Mr. DeAndre Swift and Travis Etienne. Man, two explosive guys, two big play guys. And honestly, the reason why I picked both of them is because both of their offenses are shooting up right now.
Okay.
And they should be the lead guys. You want to say he's the lead guy, even though Swift is the lead guy, even though he plays with Jamal. But say if there's no Jamal because he's a free agent and both of these guys roll into next season being the lead back. Who do you got?
Okay. Based on that, I'm still going to go Travis Etienne. Just given, you could tell like Jacksonville wants to feature Etienne in the run game. And also he'll catch some passes. So they even got rid of James Robinson. So just given that, I do like the Jags offense better, believe it or not. And it's not even by a long shot because the Detroit has a nice offense at the end of the day. Like they have a fantasy football friendly offense. Like you can get their, a lot of weapons out of the offense. But still give me Travis Etienne. Just from what he's shown, man, I feel he runs the ball better than Swift. From what he's shown, and Swift, he's good for like a 30-point game and 20-point game, but then you also got to deal with the injuries, and then you got to deal with Jamal Williams. I know you said put that to the side, but at the end of the day, for them to bring in Jamal, just kind of show like, do they really have all the confidence in the world in a Swift to really own the backfield? Whereas we've seen Jacksonville like, hey, we trust Etienne back there. I don't even know who their backup is, like Hasty or
Jermichael Hasty.
Sometimes Agnew. So I mean,
Jamal's a baller.
Yeah.
Agnew's a baller.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Jags have shown like, hey, we trust Etienne to run and command the backfield. So,
and I'm gonna follow suit. I'm not gonna speak too much because you basically took all the words out of my mouth. I see the trust in Etienne getting rid of these guys like the James Robinson, like you said, and and in my heart, I do feel like they're gonna bring back Jamal and look like the team prefers him, like as the running back, just personality wise. So.
Yeah,
give me Etienne, but I do think they're both good young running backs, though. What's up, baby?
This is gonna sound kind of crazy because my strategy here would literally be, it might sound a little off, but follow me. Who's the QB in Detroit?
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. He actually looks
had
good
a good
in that
season,
system.
and he's getting a superstar receiver all the way healthy rolling into next year too.
Me myself, I'm rolling with Trevor Lawrence, but I'm literally looking at the QB because in my eyes, if you got a solid QB, that'll open up the run game. If he's out here hitting people, so I'm gonna go with Trevor. I'm gonna go with Etienne.
That's a good logic too. I ain't mad at that. All right, we're gonna roll into these tight ends and save the best position for last.
Let's go.
All right, man. 2 tight ends, man. Let's go to the Dallas Cowboys. Dalton Schultz. Or would you rather have Evan Ingram, man? We can't get off this Jacksonville offense, man.
It's what was so good about this thing is because I don't even know if you thought about this. These are two guys that both had good seasons. They're both free agents coming up. So we don't even know what team they're going to play on right now. So you just got to really trust the talent. That's why I'm going to take Evan Ingram. I like Dalton Schultz, but as a talent, I do think the offense, the system, and Dak makes the tight end basically. Like, I feel like if he moves on, and you've seen it, I picked up Hendershot just as a long shot.
Yeah.
Because I think whoever the tight end is for the Cowboys and for Dak is just going to be good. Because you see that some of those guys catch touchdowns throughout the season randomly, and I'm like, damn, it's not Dalton Schultz. But I don't think Dalton Schultz has the athletic ability that Evan Ingram actually has. So give me the guy that can go wherever he goes. I think he has the shot to use his athleticism to be good in the system. But Dalton Schultz, if they both leave their team, I would trust Evan to find a place that's going to utilize him as a receiving option before Dalton Schultz. What about you?
I like that, man. Dalton Schultz is my guy.
And that's your guy.
I
but
do.
Evan was your guy.
Well, actually, you put me on Evan Ingram.
You end up liking Evan more than me.
On the back end, yeah. Because that last year with the Giants, and he was starting to stay healthy a little bit more. I was turned off of Evan at first because he stayed banged up. But that last year in New York, he was a little bit more healthy, and then took off, man. He set franchise records for the Jaguars, and he's basically a hybrid wide receiver, and you see how they utilize him. They line him up out wide, right? So give me Evan Ingram as well, man. And even with adding in a Calvin Ridley, I still feel Evan can still put up a top 5 performance at the tight end spot. Clearly, Trevor Lawrence loves him, so I'm just gonna go with the I can't even say better quarterback. I'm just gonna say the system with more upside, right? Because Dak, man, it's a lot of question marks around Dak right now, and we're expecting Dallas to bring in another weapon, right? That's only gonna take away, from Schultz. But I feel like Evan's gonna be fine in his scenario, though.
All right,
this is a little toughy.
My nigga said toughy.
Look, check me out. Here's how I'm a rock it. So in the redraft league, I'm going Ingram. In Dynasty, I'm going Schultz.
Because he's younger.
Is that based on age?
That's just based on age.
Okay.
That's based on age. And Schultz is a little bit bigger, so I'm hoping that helps him not get injured in this rough sport of football.
I'm going Evan Ingram regardless. Like I said, because I don't know where these guys are going to end up. I'm going to trust that.
That is interesting.
I think he runs a 4.4, right? Or
yeah,
4.3.
he ran a 4.4 coming out.
Whoa.
He's like that.
I kept telling you he's athletic, man. Bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, my tight ends, bro. It's interesting because after Travis Kelce is clearly the number one.
Right.
Off top.
And then automatically, we've been saying Mark Andrews, no matter what, is number 2. But here's the thing, bro. The moment TJ Hockenson went to Minnesota, he completely made Adam Thielen disappear.
Man.
And he automatically became the number 2 option. And we see Kirk Cousins loves him. And he had some big blow-up games to help you win your playoffs in fantasy. So being on a new team, seeing how Kirk Cousins utilizes the tight end, and he's been doing this since back in his Washington days. Going forward, he's 2 years younger. Hawkinson's 25, Andrews is 27. Not knowing where Lamar is going to end up, so we can't even lock in Andrews with Lamar. Who are you taking, Mark Andrews or TJ Hockenson?
It's tough, man. I'm not gonna lie, but I am gonna stick to my guns on this one. I'm gonna roll with my guy Mark Andrews. I don't think he would have finished number 1 over Kelce, but definitely would have had the 2 spot. And so that offense, at least that passing game, still runs through the tight end. I'm still gonna lean on that. There's no receiver there to really command and take away targets from him like a Justin Jefferson when you look at a Hockenson situation. So I'm gonna ride out with my guy Mark Andrews here on this one.
Hey, the first week TJ Hockenson went to Minnesota, 11 targets.
That's
he
nuts.
only knew the playbook for like 2 days.
I don't even think he knew it.
And he had one blow up game with the Lions, but he pretty much sucked every week
Revenge
with the Lions.
game.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
But then he ended up as the tight end too, just because the back end of the season with Minnesota, he just blew up.
He did.
He's literally the number 2 option in the receiving game there. So I am going to shoot my shot, man, because I want the certainty. That's the one thing that I find out that I really want with tight ends is the for sure thing, bro, because what we seen was Mark Andrews not be able to do it consistently without Lamar. And if something shakes and they don't have Lamar or he sits out, they franchise him, he's not happy, they trade him. I don't want to try to trust they find somebody that has some camaraderie with Mark Andrews. So I am going to take TJ Hockenson. And technically, in all of my places where I have Mark Andrews, I'm about to go see if I can go get TJ Hockenson plus a little bit more and just trade off. Because I do think I think next year in redraft, TJ Hockenson should be the number 2 tight end rolling into the year. That's if that's how I feel with him 2 years younger than Andrews, I probably need to feel that way going forward in general.
And this is the Hockenson people have been waiting on from a Detroit standpoint. Like we saw the flashes, but yeah, this is the Hockenson everybody like we knew he's capable of, but I'm still gonna stick with Andrews. But
I ain't mad at that. He's super talented. Andrews is super talented.
Hey, I like it, man. But I'm not mad at it. So all right, Ava, did you pick already on the tight end?
Mark Andrews, TJ Hockenson.
Well, I mean, after all the information given, I would naturally want to go with Mark Andrews. But after y'all arguments, I'm going to have to go with TJ Hockenson. It just makes more sense. Clearly, he can do it anywhere. Mark Andrews needs a solid QB and we don't know who we got next year.
I like
Avo and his leading into his
I know.
comment shit.
I
is
know.
funny.
It's like the anticipation and the suspense. That's the word I was looking for. I'm on the edge of my seat. Like, who made the better argument?
All right, now we're rolling into receivers, man.
Yeah, man. I like it, man.
Let's go.
Both these guys are my guys, and I'm actually looking forward to yours. But look, man, like
My shit lit, Avo. His
let's-
shit lit too, but he let me get a pass on
Yeah.
mine. It's hard. But I like this shit though because I love both of these guys too.
I don't. So Smith came in after the other guy, but Devonta Smith. So for the Philadelphia Eagles or San Francisco's Brandon Ayuk.
Both number 2 receivers on their team, or 1A, 1B. Depending on how you want to look at it.
Arguably, Ayuk might even be the third option, right, behind a CMC or even a Kittle or even a Debo, right? So
Yeah, technically.
but for, I guess before I get into that, who are you picking?
I'm going to take the guy who, one, like you just said, has less weapons to compete with, but overall just has the better quarterback situation. I don't know if it's going to be Brock Purdy next year, and I'm kind of nervous if it's going to be a Trey Lance thing because I don't know what kind of rapport he has with, Brandon Ayuk. Give me Devonta Smith. You seen, bro, he just balled out, bro. And Jalen Hurts, he doesn't discriminate, man. And he's not going to force A.J. Brown the ball. If A.J. Brown is covered and he doesn't feel like having a contested pass, he's going to throw it to Devonta Smith because no cornerback 2 can guard Devonta Smith. None in the league. So he's always going to be open, bro. So give me that guy who came in as the best receiver out of college coming in, one of the best route runners, best hands, and that shit's translating. We're so worried about how small he is, but we just forgot that some people just ball out. That's all he does.
I like it, man. I'm gonna go Devonta Smith as well, and he's 6 foot 170. He looks real frail out there, but it don't matter, man. He still runs strong through his route, strong hands. He actually was 4 yards short of 1,200 yards on the season, 7 catches. 96 or 7 TDs, excuse me, but 96 catches.
He had 7 catches, 1,100.
Yes.
Woo!
That's some Kenny Galladay numbers that he needed.
Oh man.
No, but 7 TDs, 96 catches, over 130 targets. So, next year he could easily have 100 catches. So, like you already stated, man, less weapons to compete with for targets. Again, you got Jalen Hurts, QB1 potential, and also he's shown he can support 2 wide receivers, and AJ Brown. He was even banged up a little bit here and there. Man, you can tell he's dealing with some issues, but hey, Devonta's a guy that can uncover and get open in the end zone. But I still like Brandon Ayuk too, man. So
he doesn't. Devonta Smith does not drop passes. Brandon Ayuk does.
Yeah, I will say this though. Brandon Ayuk did take a step though. He finished as wide receiver 15. So I do want to acknowledge that. Given you have Debo, you have Kittle, you have CMC, you have a rookie quarterback, Mr. Irrelevant. So given that, man, I am trying to get a lot of Devonta Smith. Good luck, and also Brandon Ayuk in the offseason. But give my guy Smitty here.
All right, Avo.
Come on, man. It's Devonta Smith all day.
All right,
You already know why. It's not that difficult. Hey, shout out to Brock Purdy though. Mr. Irrelevant, shout out to him.
Yeah, man. The
I
very last.
I really want him to play well next year, but I got to go with what I know.
That's if he's the starter.
Yeah, that's an if. And that's wow. You played so well this year. It's an if for next year. That's wild.
Apparently, he got recruited by Alabama, and Nick Saban. He's like, he tell like it is with the prospects, and he said to Brock Purdy,
why y'all saying party?
Or Purdy, Brock Purdy, excuse me.
Avo said it first.
I think I ran off on
I like it.
Brock. I say Brock.
Oh,
I'm starting his branding.
Now
bro. It's Brock Party, baby. Let's go.
Now he's Brock Party.
Come on, man. They gonna get him set up right.
Yeah, but Nick Saban was like, you're an average size QB. Your arm strength's not that good. Your accuracy is okay. Like he just kind of shitted on him. And like in the scouting report, but at the end of the day, he went off to Iowa State and did his thing. So
facts.
All right, bro. Who's your wide receivers?
All right, Avo, you ready for this?
Yep.
This is the final this or that. Pick your best wide receiver duo. Tyreek Hill and Waddle, Jamar Chase and Higgins,
Oh, come on, man.
AJ Brown
gave
and
you a
Devonta Smith. Who's your favorite?
I want Avo to go first on this one, man.
Give him to me one more time.
T. Higgins and Jamar Chase.
Bengals,
Yeah. Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
Dolphins,
AJ Brown and Devonta Smith.
Eagles.
That's so tough. That's so tough. I'm going with the Bengals. But, oh, that's so tough. Oof. I really like Jamar Chase. I really do. I really ride with Jamar Chase. But man, come on. That's not even fair. Any one of them and you winning. Like you got a solid chance to win with any one of them. But I'm going with the Bengals.
Man. All right, man. I'm going with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Let me tell you why. Looking at the Bengals situation, Higgins can fade away sometimes, and it's really just Chase. Looking at the Eagles situation, their top dog is supposed to be A.J. Brown. He can fade away sometimes, so you're only left with Devonta Smith. Now, of course, you can argue, well, Waddle can get banged up from time to time. Tyreek can deal with stuff from time to time, but I'm dealing with two speed demons, man. So give me Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, like nightmare mismatch, man. And they had Skylar Thompson even was able even to like get some stuff off with them, right? They almost beat the Bills, bro. Almost. That was a playoff game. Almost. So that speaks volume to me. Yeah, man. I just love the speed and the craziness with all that. So I don't need to go too far in depth with that. They were two top 10 receivers as well. So that's crazy, man. All these guys were talking about. Did Higgins finish in the top 10 or 12?
He wasn't top 10 because he got banged up for a little bit.
Gotcha.
If we're going points per game, he was good.
Gotcha. So he was on pace at least.
Yeah.
All right. So Higgins was wide receiver 18. But yeah, give me Waddle and Hill, man.
I'm gonna split the difference because I love AJ Brown, man. He's a fucking monster. You could just, if he's ever one-on-one, you can just throw it to him. He's gonna snatch the ball from whoever. And I think Devonta's the best number 2 receiver out of all those guys. Bro, his routes, bro. He just makes people, bro. He's not relying on speed. He's not relying on height.
It's real Jerry Rice's.
Yeah, bro. He's pinpointing the way to get open, bro. Like you can cover T. Higgins because he's just big, but he's just so good that he finds a way to get the ball. And Jalen Waddle, he's fast, so he can get to his spots, but Devonta's so nice, bro.
He is, bro.
He made people look foolish, bro, running these routes. So I'm gonna split the difference. Avo picked the Cincinnati duo, you pick Miami duo, and I'm gonna pick the Philly duo.
This was tough, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
That's a real tough.
It's still tough.
And I think at this point, I'm just picking off of who I like, and I love AJ Brown. That's my guy. Yeah, it's my guy.
Like you could have any one of those from any of the teams, and you get at least 2 of them on your team, and you happy as hell.
Right.
You're like, yo, I might have just won. Look, you see my receivers?
But of course, if I can only pick one, give me that Jamar Chase. So yeah.
I originally was going to ask before he let me do all this duo stuff. I was going to ask Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson.
I thought about doing
that.
That's
the one.
Let's talk about it because I was actually going to do that.
Right, that's the final one. Let's do it.
I got to go Justin Jefferson, man. I lean route runners. I love guys I can just do it just as far as like just manipulating the defense, get defenders leaning a certain way, and then you by yourself. So to me, Chase and Jefferson are 2 different styles. Like Chase, the more explosive, but he'll blow by you. But I also feel like Jefferson can do that as well. But I'm going Justin Jefferson, man.
Let me see if I clear. But I think these last couple of weeks made me change my mind. Not only because Jamar Chase is 1 year younger. That doesn't mean anything to me. One, Joe Burrow's there. You got a 22-year-old Jamar Chase. Joe Burrow's going to be there for years. I don't know when they're going to cut, Kirk Cousins his last check, and I don't know who they're going to bring in. 1 and 2, you see games where, bro, they can literally throw Justin Jefferson 5 passes, and he can catch 5 catches in the first quarter and then disappear the rest of the game. And it's a Kirk Cousins and offensive coordinator thing. And I can't explain it sometimes, bro. But there should never be reasons why Justin Jefferson has like a 19-yard game. Like that's bogus. And I think sometimes the offensive coordinator and Kirk Cousins can take Justin Jefferson out of the game no matter what. And I hate that. And I just know no matter what, Joe Burrow is going to get Jamar Chase the ball. I don't care if they're winning, they're losing. Jamar Chase is always going to get his no matter what. Even if he doesn't have the biggest, more boom games than Justin, I just think those, like, he rarely gets phased out the games, in my opinion.
So I just want to say this last thing. Justin Jefferson was less than 200 yards short from a 2,000-yard season.
He had 2 weeks
with Kirk Cousins throwing him the ball. Jamar Chase, 1,000 yards, 1,046 yards to be exact.
How many games did Jamar miss this year, bro? Don't do that.
Am I short on some games? Oh, my bad. Okay, I didn't realize he missed 13 or he played 13. My bad.
That's 4 games he missed.
Okay, my bad. I wasn't even trying to do that. Nah, for real. That was foul.
He missed 4 games and he got banged up into one, so it's like 4.5.
That's my miss then.
No, but that's still a lot. But
no, that's like real.
But the realest thing is exactly what you just said, bro. He was 200 yards away from the record with 2 weeks left. That just lets you know, like, bro, why didn't he get that record?
No, that's fast.
It's a Kirk Cousins offensive. They should have been trying to force that, bro. But Justin Jefferson's so good that his boom games are like nuts. And that's the one thing that I will say is Jamar didn't have those biggest boom games this year. But, you know, like, I think there was a game where, bro, Justin Jefferson gave me like 2 points early in the season.
Oh, that was, Detroit. He only put up 4.
That
was
wild,
week 3,
bro. That should never be a thing, bro.
Yeah.
And then look at one of the last playoff games. I think championship
week, 2 points. He got shut down by Jair Alexander.
That should never be a thing. And I don't think it's a Justin Jefferson thing. He's too talented.
And he got shut down in the playoffs too by
Kirk Cousins. But I think that's Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk Cousins trusts Justin so much because he always gets himself so open. You still got to let your receiver make contested catches because you've seen him do it, bro. He can. He's not locked down. If he's one-on-one, throw it to him. Because they'll throw it to Jamar Chase if he got somebody one-on-one. They'll throw it to A.J. Brown if he got somebody one-on-one. Justin Jefferson can do the same thing, but Kirk Cousins is so used to Jefferson being so open, I don't think he launches it to him sometimes. There should never be a reason when Justin Jefferson gets phased out. It's a Kirk Cousins thing, in my opinion.
I'm going with
and one more. We haven't seen Justin Jefferson with a stud receiver on the side either. And if for some reason they feel like they need to go do that because they are throwing the ball more, who knows what that means? Because Thielen wasn't shit this year. So, yeah, Justin was getting everything. And they wasn't running the ball no more. Dalvin wasn't doing shit this year. So, if they do give Jefferson somebody, you know, imagine if, you know, what if Addison goes there or some shit like that? I'm not saying he will, but just saying like something like that.
Yeah, I'm definitely riding with Jamar. However, I was gonna leave Justin Jeffers because as soon as I pulled
who?
I said Justin Jeffers.
Jefferson.
That's what I meant to say.
Justin Jefferson.
IU basketball.
I know.
Player.
That's what I was thinking.
Not what I said at all, but that's what I meant to say.
We should have won that year. But that Maryland backcourt was tough. Juan Dixon and Steve Blake.
Bro.
Ooh.
Balling
Hey, we remember.
Bro, Steve Blake had the big ass shorts and jersey, bro.
Didn't he fight?
White dude out there balling.
Who'd he fight in practice at one time?
I can't remember, bro. But yeah, I seen a little picture of him squared up.
That's hilarious. That shit funny. But I was gonna go with him because the first picture I saw of him when I pulled him up just now was a grill. I said, "Oh, he be rocking the grill. I'm about to ride with Jefferson." But all right, it's Jamar Chase.
Can't go wrong.
But I'm not mad at either one of them.
You still winning either way.
Dang, bro, y'all see that? We don't win 107 so far, bro. It ain't even feel like. Any more y'all want to do? We gonna get in and get out real quick.
Go ahead if you got some more.
Nah, I ain't got no more, man. We already did a bonus one that was fine.
All right, so kicker wise,
Brett Mahar. He's bad. That's how sad he is. I don't even know his last name like that.
Bro, he just had a bad game.
When it comes to these defenses, who y'all feeling?
Cincinnati.
San Fran.
I ride with that San Fran.
Eagles.
Especially with that D'Amico Ryans.
I like that
defensive coordinator.
Cowboys. Micah.
Let's get out of here.
All right, let's get to the closing, man. To say something good to the people. This is where we come and I don't know, spread some good news, some deep news, tell what we're going through. I don't know, be thankful for something. That's what we do right here, and that's what we're gonna do. It's been a couple of weeks, so I'm excited. So I don't know, just always having a transparent moment with the fans and the listeners. So anybody want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
I bet.
I'm back in therapy. I'm glad I did because I definitely need it right now with all that's going on. So definitely I keep my family uplifted in thoughts and prayers, man. And I thank God for vision. And the ability to anticipate and foresee and foresight, man. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, man, I don't take that for granted. Like just having vision, being able to look ahead and see down the road, and yeah. But therapy's going good, man. And I'm when I first did therapy, it's more so like controlling like your own thoughts and actions and emotions, because that's all you can control. This go around is more like, okay, let's unpack your childhood baggage and adult baggage and today baggage. So I really need that unpacking. You know what I'm saying? So it's good, man. So yeah, shout out to my therapist, man. It's also gifted some family members some therapy sessions too.
That's hard.
That's fire.
Some of them took it, some of them didn't, but it is what it is.
That's fire.
But it's good to know like that you can gift family and friends therapy. I'm also gonna hit them up because after those 4 sessions, I ain't trying to get billed again. So I'm watching the statements. I actually got to make a call because I got hit again. Like, oh, who was this?
Oh, man.
So, but it's all good, man. At least they got introduced to therapy. So,
Nah, that's love. That's love.
Ava, you want to go last?
Nah, I'll go next real quick.
You sure?
Hopefully you got something more encouraging to say.
Okay, I'll go last.
I've had a rough week this week. RIP to my cousin. He passed away. His name was Jimmy Mitchum. Passed away probably about 10 years ago now. I realized this week that it's still affecting me. So I would recommend to everybody, just like Vic said, go to therapy. I'm about to get myself back in therapy because clearly I've realized I still need it. But that's it, man. Don't be afraid to speak to people. That's one of the main things that I was even doing this weekend as I was feeling sad. I just started calling people, talked to the homie AJ, talked to Clear B's parents. I just started just reaching out to different people just to see how they were doing. Because for some reason, stuff like that seems to really help you out. So I definitely encourage you to do that. Just check up on your people if you ain't talked to them in a minute. Even if you're going through something, you ain't got to necessarily share, but just checking in on people you ain't heard from in a while, that stuff really lifts your spirits up. So I definitely encourage everybody to do that.
All right. Yeah, man. Dang, I gotta follow that. Nah, mine was simple and light. I just want to say, stay prayed up, man. Stay doing your meditation and everything, man. Stay praying for your family and friends. I did a fast at the top of the year again, man. It always, strengthens up everything. And I'm excited about this year, and I just want to thank God for giving me the ability to adjust and adapt, transitioning into a move-in phase with my lady. And it kind of feels like we basically live together right now, but we're just bringing it all together, man. And it's just always a lot going on, and I know it's all over the place. So that's why I said thank God to be able to adjust and adapt, because when it's wild things going on, sometimes it takes me to be like, shit gonna be all right, babe, like calm down, and vice versa, man. So said doing those fasts and strengthening up your mind and you the way you think on a day-to-day, that shit helps, because life can throw curveballs all fucking day. Ava, life can throw curveballs,
bruh. It don't stop, bro.
you ain't got to swing at no curveballs.
You ain't got to. Not if you don't want to.
Bring up my baseball homie. But yeah, man. So I thank everybody so far that done help just my sanity this year, man. Thank y'all. Thank my moms, my son. Just like I said, I'm excited to just keep on going through this year, to make this year the best year so far out of my life. So that's all I'm gonna leave y'all with, man. Yeah, bro. Take a deep breath.
That's what's up, man.
All right,
Thank you.
Let's get up out of here. We the Dynasty Bros Fantasy Football Podcast. I was just about to say cast, showing y'all how to dominate your league Dynasty Bro Style. I'm gonna pass it to Vic, and then Vic gonna pass to Ava, and Ava gonna walk us up out of here.
Yeah, man. I want to thank all the listeners, all the supporters, and we're about to get y'all right in this off season. So stay tuned in, tapped in, combine season, senior week, senior bowl season, all that good stuff. It's the bros, and
hey man, y'all catch us here next week, the week after that, and the week after that, or at some point we be out here nowadays. We be making shorts now. Y'all can check us out. We all over here making content, man. We the bros, Dynasty Bros. Let's go.
About to hit the club.
Man,
Not and be ripple.
Swear we the hardest.